I'm Chris Schneider. Welcome to Lake TV's Classic Game of the Week. We go back to August 2018 for this one, the season opening game between Osage and Fulton. Now, being the first game of the year, both teams, of course, went in with high hopes and big expectations. So who would get the season off to a winning start, the Indians or the Hornets? We hope you enjoy our Lake TV Classic Game of the Week from August 24th, 2018 between Osage and Fulton.
And we are back, and as you heard, Osage wins the toss. They're going to kick off to Fulton. So without further ado, folks, it is time for live high school football on Lake TV, our sixth season, bringing it to you. My sixth season behind the mic here as the voice of the Lake TV high school football. It's an honor and it's a pleasure, and I'm joined for the second straight season by my partner in crime, my color guy, Dave Glendenning. And Dave, this is going to be our very best season yet.
No doubt about it, Will. We have nowhere to go but up after last season, so let's get it going.
Nowhere to go but up. No, I think we were great last year. What are you trying to say?
Well, sure. Here we go.
All right, so a little squib. Fielded at about the 35 and at the 36-yard line. That's where Fulton is going to start with their first offensive possession of the 2018 season. It'll be interesting to see who Coach Barrow sends out there at quarterback. And so, see, it looks like number 12 going to be out there. That's Evan Gray, the senior, and I suspect he'll get a lot of reps in a linebacker. That's Tayon Logan at tailback back there with him. And you see the quad receiver, two top of your screen, two bottom of your screen here. Osage 4 down linemen. They're in a cover 4. The handoff and met in the backfield. That's big number 81 for the Indians. That's Mason Etter. You heard Coach Johnson talk about him in the pregame interview. He said him off the edge, he's going to be a big-time playmaker for the Indians this year. That's a good first defensive play for the Indians. They back up Fulton. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 12 now.
And also look out for Garrett Sutherland on the other side. He was pretty good last year playing defensive end for the Indians.
The snap, the quick hitter. This time he's got his man. That's Logan across the 40 up to about the 43. And the Indians cause the fumble and they recover if all indications are correct. And the Indians have the football. First takeover of the season comes just 2 plays into the game, and the Indians start as hot as they possibly could have imagined. They have it 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line of Fulton.
Great start, great field position for this Osage Indian team. And their first offensive possession of the season, we will see if they've changed up their offense from last year.
So Dalton DePay going to line up at quarterback. With him, Drew Edwards, the junior, at tailback. DePay, actually Edwards out to DePay. DePay, a little option, could have passed it inside the 40 to about the 39, and he'll be stopped there after a gain of about 4. Yeah, Drew Edwards actually started right there, but Dalton DePay now going to step back into that role, and it's Jack Dooley back there, the sophomore. Oh, here's a little play. That's going to go the distance to the house. Wow, the Indians start fast. That's a 39-yard touchdown. Matt Hans, the sophomore running back, takes it 39 yards, his first carry of the season, and the Indians start fast. So just a minute, 25 seconds into the game, the Indians, their first takeaway and their first offensive touchdown.
Looks like they're going for 2 here.
Got a down lineman.
And I believe a little offsides. Got a little...
Or a little false start, one of the two. They'll send in a different package, and I suspect Coach Devin Johnson may attempt an extra point here after that penalty.
Not looking like it.
Jack Dooley in there with him now. DePay under pressure, rolls to his right. There's going to be a hold call. DePay going to try to get to the outside. He'll be stopped, so that is a conversion that has failed. So your score, just a minute, 25 seconds in. The Indians up 6-0, and we did hear from Lake TV's field cam and chief engineer Ricky Smith. It was DePay that had the strip and the recovery. So, like we said, his presence is always felt on both sides of the football, and that proves to be true early into the 2018 season. So the short kick. Now that takes a nice hop for the Indians, fielded by number 4, the tailback.
Logan.
Logan's up to about the 32, maybe the 33, and he is waylaid right there by Logan Havner. Now here's a little option play to the outside, and guess who? DePay once again, first guy there, and that goes for a big loss. Dalton DePay having himself a first quarter for the ages. And I will tell you, the DePay family leaving their imprint here at School of the Osage. Ooh. Oh, and in the backfield for a quarterback sack there first. That's number 55 for the Osage Indians, Connor Arrowhead. Well, maybe Jacob Smith, 56, with the quarterback sack. But, boy, I'll tell you what, Fulton is moving in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Osage's pass rush is getting to the quarterback. It looked like they sent a couple extra guys, too, that time. And, again, Fulton in a 4 wide receiver set, lone back.
Little option here. Quarterback is going to keep and get nowhere. Swallowed up by number 78 for the Indians. And that's going to bring up a punting situation for Fulton. Ryan Moore with the stop. Looks like Justin Leake set to do the punting duty for the Hornets. 8:45 left here in the first quarter of play. High short kick. Hits at about the 48 and takes a Fulton bounce. Inside the 40-yard line at about the 37. So Osage on their second offensive possession, a little further into their end this time. They have it 1st and 10. So DePay now with a quarterback keeper up the middle. Tries to get outside, follows his blockers very nicely. He has the edge across the 40. Inside the 30, lowers his shoulder, and he's taken down at about the 20-yard line. That's good for a 44-yard scamper, and this has been the Dalton DePay show already. Boy, I'll tell you what, partner, defense had him stopped right up the middle. He did a little stutter step to get outside, followed his blockers, and then he beat everybody out to the edge, and the Osage Indians in business. They have it 1st and 10 at the 20. And we have a false start, and that's one thing that could kill a drive just as quick as you get it started. So that's going to bring up 1st and 15 now, but boy, what a start for Osage. Quick hitter. And that is blown up. That's Logan. No, that's not Logan. That's double 44. That's Latrellis Colbert.
He's their defensive leader.
You can see why. He was Johnny on the spot. And that goes for no gain. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 15 now. Trevor Ralston, the lone receiver, top of your screen, to carry up the middle. And we're going to give him about 4.5 or 5, Dooley with the carry, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and long now for the Indians. Now I wonder, with the Indians, electing to go for 2-point, if they don't have a kicking game this year, could make it 4-down territory here. DePay now, play action. Had his man. Nice pressure applied by Fulton. That's number 5, Tyler Saylor. But, boy, he had wide open in the flat Mason Eder and just couldn't get him the football. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 10 now from the 20-yard line.
Appears like they're going to be going for it, Will.
Yeah, I thought in that situation they may try to get half of the yardage if this is going to be 4-down territory. And I would say it's probably due to a lack of a kicking game is why this is a 4-down territory. So it's an option. Quarterback keeper trying to get to the outside, cuts back, and he's not going to get there. 2 Fulton Hornets in. That's number 88, Garrett Johnson, and number 23, Cody Settles, with a big defensive stop. And that's big for Fulton because they're going to stop Osage from scoring and give the football back to their offense.
Yeah, and 22, Zane Jennings was also in on the tackle there.
And Osage gives it back to Fulton now with 7:03 left in the first quarter.
Now, can Fulton move the ball? Let's just, for once, let's see.
Gray with the snap. Logan started early and got away with it. He takes the carry, and he has a good gain up to about the 22-yard line. We'll give him 5 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, since Fulton's running with 4 defensive backs, it's kind of made Osage adjust their defense accordingly.
Oh, that one's on the turf. Picked up.
Looks like Sutherland in there to clean up the mess.
Sutherland right there, Johnny on the spot, and Gray just never had that snap. That was a busted play from the start, and just like that, Fulton now faces a 3rd and 8 here, backed inside their own 20-yard line. They desperately need to give their defensive break and get a fresh set of downs here. Gray out of the shotgun, Logan in the backfield with him to his left. Trip wide receivers, bottom of your screen. Lone receiver, top of your screen. Gray takes the snap, looks over the middle. He has his man, and that's good for a first down right at the sticks. Hauled in by Justin Leak, and that's good for a first down. They're going to spot him at about the 27-yard line, and that is right at the marker, and that's going to be a first down on the play. That's a really good job right there by Justin Leak, the senior, knowing exactly where the sticks were at, where he had to get, and his quarterback delivered a strike. And that'd be Evan Gray. Now look right here, you have a guy way, way back. That's a bad snap. Gray just falls on it wisely, and they got to get that fixed. He's all the way back to his 14-yard line. That's a loss.
About 12 yards there, Will.
Yeah, 12 or 13. That's a big one. They're going to put him at the 15-yard line, so that's going to bring up a very long 2nd and 22. And boy, every time Fulton does something right, they do something equally as wrong following it.
And you can tell early on here, it's a new coach, a new team, trying to figure things out here.
Gray, the quick hitter into the flat, has his man, but nice piece of tackling right there for the defensive back, Trevor Ralston. He's the junior, and he's going to be a big-time role player for the Indians. We saw him come onto the scene late last year, and if anyone can fill the shoes of one Drake Gaines, this is going to be the guy. And that was a very heads-up defensive play as the reception was brought in by John Holtkamp, the senior receiver for Fulton. So 3rd and 19, play action. Gray under pressure, looks very stressed out, and for a second sack, actually it's going to be past the line of scrimmage.
Jacob Smith just hammered him. And like I said, maybe it's a good thing they have a coach that was an ex-punter.
That's true. So Leak now, good punt. That one fielded with a fair catch at about the 46-yard line. Questionable decision by Matt Hans. He might have felt the pressure being a little closer than it actually was. But nonetheless, that's going to bring up another 1st and 10 for the Osage Indians with 4:03 remaining here in the first quarter until 5 p.m. tomorrow. And then we'll be right back with you Sunday morning at 9 as well. So DePay now trying to talk with Sutherland. He had it go off of his hands. Defensive back Keyshawn Maxwell did just enough, sticking his hand up to distract the receiver. So that falls incomplete as Sutherland was unable to spot the football. And we do have a penalty marker on the field. So the penalties declined, going to bring up 2nd down and 15. And Health, you got to go see them. That is fantastic. Here's DePay now. With the option, he's going to keep the football, and he takes a pretty good hit, but
picks up some yardage there.
Yeah, it's a very nice carry.
Yards.
He's got 9 on the carry, 8 or 9, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and very manageable.
It just appears that DePay is far superior as far as speed goes from anyone else in the field tonight.
Quick hitter up the middle to Jack Dooley, and that's going to be a first down, and that's going to be a fresh set of downs for the Osage Indians.
And Fulton
DePay now back to Dooley.
Yeah, they were going run all the way there with that defense.
Dooley once again, he has about 5. As Osage with a quick hurry up, we do have a penalty marker. So 1st down and 10 after the offsides by Fulton. Ball at the 30-yard line of the Hornets. 3:10 left in the opening period of play. DePay under center, split backfield right behind him. The give is going to go to number 20 once again, Matt Hans, and he's got about 4 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. It's a misdirection play. Now going to give it to Dooley. Dooley makes a guy miss, cuts across inside the 15. And he'll be taken down at the 14 after a gain of 12, and that's another Indian first down.
Yeah, the tackle was made by John Holtkamp.
After a 12-yard gain, so the Indians now getting into a bit of a groove here, Dave, on this drive, as Coach Johnson relaying the message into Trevor Ralston. This got to watch here, bottom of your screen, lined up here, single coverage. Watch this matchup right here. Quick handoff up the middle once again, and Dooley the ball carrier. He's got about 5, and it seems like every time they go to that play, they're picking up 4 or 5 yards. And if you continue to do that, this one's as good as over, because 4 or 5 yards per carry. Well, I'm no math major or mathematician, but I'll tell you what, that's going to be good for a first down every series. Once again, this time it's Hans, the ball carrier, and I think that Coach Johnson's method here to his madness is, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Until Fulton shows they can prevent them from running right up the middle out of that wishbone set, I don't envision they'll stop. That's going to bring up about 3rd and 2 from the 6-yard line, and don't be surprised to see a play action here and roll out into the flat. You've got your tight end on the edge right there, Mason Eder. So watch him coming off the edge on a little rollout. Actually going to be a misdirection, and that's Matt Hans into the end zone for a touchdown from 6 yards out, and that's his 2nd of the night already. Of course, he had the 39-yard touchdown earlier. This run from 6 yards out, and so Dalton DePay having himself a ball game, but so is Matt Hans in his debut as a tailback here for the Indians. I know he's got about 5 carries for over 50 yards so far and 2 scores.
What a debut.
There's a snap, falls to the ground, and that Osage Indians 2-point conversion attempt so far is 0 for 2, but they have the lead, 12-0. Set to kick.
Looks like he's kicking off to Tayon Logan again.
Jace Hills, that's a much better kick than we've seen the first 2 times.
Logan grabs the ball.
Nice cutback by Logan, and he's going to run forward and rumble for it all the way up to the 39, and it looks like this young Logan, he is an impressive specimen, and you saw his skills on display on that return.
Well, Fulton just can't move the ball. They haven't even passed the 50-yard line once yet today in the first quarter. And there goes Logan again, nice little carry.
About 2 or 3 yards, but I'm telling you, if Trey Barrow's Fulton Hornets are going to want to keep up against these Osage Indians, they're going to have to start picking up yardage in chunks and have to start mixing it up a little bit. So Gray now takes the snap. Quick hitter to Logan, who has a hole. Little spin move, and he rumbles forward once again, and taken down on the play, number 8 for the Indians, Drew Edwards, and also in on the stop, Jacob Smith. Yeah, so Smith has been active so far defensively.
See if they can get this play off before the end of the quarter.
1st and 10, they just do. No, they just don't. And that's really a bad mistake by your senior if it's the end of a half. Luckily, that's just the end of the first quarter, so no harm, no foul. We come back. Fulton has the ball. 2nd and 7 on the 42. We'll be back after this.
I'm Chris Schneider. You're watching a Lake TV Classic Game of the Week from late August 2018, the season opener between Osage and Fulton. Now let's get back to the action.
And we're back right here on Lake TV to start our 2nd quarter of play. And just as soon as it started, the first quarter's over, just like that.
Wow, it blew by.
So 1st down and 10 now as Fulton has it on their own 49-yard line. They've yet to cross midfield, but they've got a good opportunity here. There's a nice little pass. Nice catch. Hauled in, but really nice tackle by Dalton DePay.
Who else?
Yeah, Keyshawn Maxwell made a really nice catch on a dangerous pass by quarterback Evan Gray, and Johnny on the spot, Dalton DePay once again. He looks to be a little quicker on his feet, and if you get a close look at him, partner, he's packed on a little muscle mass this offseason as well. So Dalton DePay really had a good offseason, and it is already showing here in the early going. Oh, that's a disaster of a play. Blown up in the backfield. There's Garrett Sutherland in the backfield along with, guess who? Big number 50 for the Indians, Rudy Escobar.
Yeah, number 8, Justin Leak for the Fulton Hornets, just had nowhere to go.
They just swarmed the ball carrier in the backfield, and that is a big loss. That brings up 3rd down and 18. Ball at the 41-yard line. Evan Gray out of the shotgun. 4 down linemen for the Indians. And there's going to be penalty marker here. False start. 3rd down and 19. We'll stop arguing by week 7, I promise. Evan Gray now, and there's another miscommunication.
Wide open, no one.
incomplete. So 4th down and 19, and it looks like Fulton really going to have to figure some things out here. And Leak now. The punt takes a bounce, fielded right there at about the 23-yard line. Hans now, he has a full head of steam across midfield with a really nice return, close to 25 yards on that return. And the Indians, excellent starting field position. They have it 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line of Fulton.
Osage definitely looks to be the more prepared team today.
You know, I'll tell you what, good camera work so far by Brennan Thompson and Ricky Smith. Really good angles thus far. Now Dalton DePay in at quarterback. Again, there's the handoff, first carry of the game. Keenan Webb, the senior running back, and he's got good yardage. He's got about 11 or 12 up to about the 36. Quick hitter, and that's Keenan Webb once again, and that's one of the sophomores that Ross Reinhardt told us to look out for. He gives us, you know, he's been involved in the youth football league for a long time, had a lot of these kids come up through him, and one of the guys he said you got to keep an eye on is Keenan Webb. He also mentioned Sam Keim and Jesse Schillinger, all 3 guys, sophomores to keep an eye on, and Osage has a slew of underclassmen we've got to keep an eye on. So DePay now rolls out, pump fake, throws, looking to the end zone, and that is knocked down. Should have been intercepted by Leak for Fulton, who makes a nice defensive play. And I'll tell you, DePay does a really nice job extending plays, trying to let his receivers break free. And that was just a really good job by Fulton secondary to stay home, know that their guys are streaking downfield, and to keep up with them. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 now for the Indians.
I guarantee you Leak wishes he had another shot at that ball.
Yeah, I mean, it was right in his hands. He's just underthrown by DePay, and if he puts both hands on it, pulls it in, that's an easy, sure interception and probably a big momentum shifter for the Fulton Hornets. So
something they need desperately.
Yeah, definitely do. Now 3rd down and 6. DePay with the cutback. He's got it up to about the 26-yard line. He's going to be very close to 1st down yardage here. We'll see where they spot him.
I bet we're going to have to do a measurement here.
I'm going to say he's got the 1st down based on where they spotted it. I think they are going to call out for a measurement, but my prediction is he's got it.
How do they know for sure they didn't measure?
That's right. I mean, I don't trust these referees as far as I can
on.
throw them.
There he goes, rumbling, stumbling.
Yeah, nice carry right
Jack
there.
Dooley again.
Yeah, Dooley's had himself a nice game so far as well.
It's just funny, you know, last year watching Magnuson and Hutchcraft just take that ball and, you know, linebacker size running backs running the ball. And this year it's totally different backfield.
Yeah, you know, last year Nick Riley wore number 13. He was pretty big with those shoulder pads, and Dooley just not quite the same build, but very effective. Now, here's our
nice
man,
cut.
Keenan Webb, to the house from 15 yards out, and the Indians up 18-0. And just like that, the sophomore sensation gets 3 carries on the drive, and very, very effective in the Indians. It's all Osage at 8:49 left in the opening half here. They lead already 18-0, and the only capacity of this ball game they're not dominating in is in these extra point attempts or this conversion attempt. We'll see if they can't get that squared away. And what an interesting formation. Boy, he was upended. Was number 77.
It's a good idea to have your big lineman run the ball down there in the goal line, but if you can't hang on to the ball, that's not going to do any good.
And I'll tell you what, 18-0 here in the early going, and if you had stripped it the way the season started for the Osage Indians, it would look just about like this.
Yeah, mistake-free ball, turnovers. It's a great start.
Fielded inside the 20. Keyshawn Maxwell with the return. He has a good return across the 40 and very nearly lost the football, but he's able to hold on to it and all the way up to the 46, and that, my friend, was a heck of a return.
It looked like Logan Havner was in on the tackle for the Osage Indians.
Gray now, snap. He's going to give it to Logan, who has a good cutback run inside the 45, and his knee goes down at about the 42-yard line. That's going to be good for 12 yards and a Fulton 1st down. So there's a quick hitter and a nice play for the Hornets.
Great downfield blocking by John Holkamp for the Fulton Hornets. Sprung him for an extra 5 yards.
Another hitter to Logan, same area. He cuts back, and there's an illegal block in the back. Logan's knee touched the ground, but they let him keep running unless he was able to keep it up. It looks like he was, and he has another Hornet first down, and back-to-back plays here for Fulton.
Yeah, looking good. And he was pushed out of bounds by Logan Havener for Osage. Yeah, this is the best 2 plays back-to-back Fulton's had all night.
And I'm telling you, I mean, I know that 18-0 seems overwhelming, but if you get a score and then get a 3 and out, I mean, you're right back in the game.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
We've seen some crazy things at this field, partner.
Indeed, sir.
All right, little slow developing play. Has his man out in the flat, and guess who's there?
Oh,
Mr. Sure-handed tackler, Dalton DePay, drags Justin Leak down for a loss of 4, and that is Leak's 3rd tackle for a loss already. Logan once again. He's shifty, another good cutback. Now inside spin, and he gets a big chunk of that yardage right back up to the 21-yard line. We'll give him 13, and he is just shy of a first down. That's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Well, that Logan, he's got some giddy up in his step, I'll tell you what.
You watch him, he gets out there so shifty, he's just kind of carrying it like it's not his child.
Maybe Coach Johnson will have something to say about that at halftime.
Nice recognition right there, and I'm telling you what, that's the best play of the night as wide receiver Will Privier Fryrear, the sophomore, pulls that in, and he's got a big-time gain down to the 7-yard line. Gray now out of the shotgun. Of course, Tayon Logan in the backfield with him. Logan going to take the snap up the middle. Nice cutback, and into the end zone is Logan for his first score of the year. And the Fulton Hornets on the scoreboard, and really nice cutback, and that was 3 or 4 incredibly impressive runs. That drive really did belong to Tayon Logan for the Fulton Hornets. And the extra point, 6.5 miles high. It's up and it's good, so 18-7, 6:31 left in the opening half of play. So set to kick now for the Hornets. Justin Leak, the senior. High end over end kick.
It's going to Sutherland.
Oh, that took a very good bounce for Fulton. Sutherland backs way up now. Crosses the field. That was on the turf and wisely recovered. Trevor Ralston.
Boy, Dooley
Johnny
was there.
on the spot.
Dooley was in the right place at the right time.
I think it was Trevor Ralston actually with the recovery. Yeah, number 17 had that. So Osage holds on, and they've got it 1st and 10 now at the 18-yard line. But, ooh, that one almost ended up disastrous for the Indians. And you talk about a momentum shift. Had Fulton grabbed that football, they would have been dancing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially after their offense looked to get in sync a little bit that last drive.
Yeah, even the quarterback, Gray, really started to show a little more confidence delivering the football. DePay now, quick hitter. No, fakes the handoff, keeps the football, and rumbles forward. He's got about 4 yards on the carry.
Latrellis Colbert on the tackle.
DePay now under center. Quick hitter. That's Dooley now. Nice lead block right there. Big number 78. Ryan Moore just pushing Hornets out of the way like they are literal Hornets. Shoe fly, don't bother me. He's just pushing those guys off the line at will.
Well, when you're 6'4", 265, you tend to be able to do that with ease.
Yeah, and he's doing it very effectively. So another first down for the Indians. They've got it at the 33-yard line. DePay, quick hitter. Dooley now tripped up at the line of scrimmage, and that is a modest gain of about 3. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Looks like Cody Settles for the Fulton Hornets was in on the tackle.
Dooley now very patient, waits for it. Ooh, rolled up on number 71. Hopefully he's okay. Robert Custer, he bounces up.
And they're continuing what you mentioned earlier in the first quarter, that they're just running up the gut and seeing if these guys can stop them.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down and a long 4. We'll see if Osage keeps the drive alive or if Fulton's able to give the football back to their offense as this first half winds down. Little play action. DePay now shift. He cuts back across, and he very nearly has the first down, but what a hit put on Dalton DePay. Big number 44, Latrellis Colbert, in there, and that is going to be very close to a first down.
I say it's first down, Will.
Yeah, they call it a first down. So, man, DePay with a heck of a play to shift across. And I'm telling you what, don't make that play. You lose 2 or 3 yards, and you're punting the football. Instead, fresh set of downs, have an opportunity to extend this lead before the half and get the football back. Dalton DePay doing all things right so far. Slow developing play. It's Dooley to the outside, and nice tackle once again. Latrellis Colbert now. He's really racking up the tackle total here in the first half. Still a 4-yard gain, which we can live with that. Going to bring up second down and 6.
Oop, toss. And we got a first down.
That's Hans, the outside little sweep right, and he's outside to the 45-yard line. And another first down for the Indians. And I'll tell you what, by looking at the crowd, you would think the Indians might be trailing.
First game of the year, you know, they got to get warmed up here.
People, I wouldn't say that people aren't as passionate about football as I am, but they certainly don't express it in the same way.
No one is as passionate as you are, William.
All right, now, DePay now. Nice play. He's got Garrett Sutherland, who cuts back across, and he's up to the 31-yard line. He's got 14 yards and another first down. Ralston rushes off now. 2:35 as the clock continues to tick here in Osage. They hold on to their 18-7 lead. Here under center's DePay. He has Hans up the middle, and he's hit hard and taken down after a gain of a couple.
So, Will, you going to burn some of your timeouts here and try to make another score?
Talking about for Fulton?
Your Coach Johnson? No,
not with it inside the 30 with clock stopping on a first down. There's still 2 minutes to go. If you're Fulton, you may consider doing that to try to get the ball back. But, no, not with 2 minutes to go, I wouldn't think. Play clock down underneath 10. DePay under center. It's Hans, and
ooh, guess who again?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Latrellis Colbert, he is a playmaker on defense, and he spots that football like white on rice. I mean, he is on it.
If I were Osage, I'd be looking at throwing over top of Colbert.
Right, yeah, trying to exploit the secondary, and I'll tell you what, it's not going to be the same watching the Osage Indians without one Austin Magnuson. Nice first down.
They got it.
Run on 3rd and short this time. It's Dooley, the ball carrier, and he's got about 3 or 4, and that's another first down. You would think these Osage fans were like out in the water on the poker run all day or shooting video all day because they look worn out.
Yeah, kind of like our play-by-play announcer here tonight.
Pay now. Got his man.
Slow moving, waiting for his tackler or his blockers.
That's Hans once again, and he takes a late hit after he hits the turf. He has it up to the 12-yard line, and that's about 11 yards, and very encouraging on 2nd and long, or 1st and long. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 4 now.
He was just taking a sweet time trying to set up his blockers there. He probably could have got a little bit more if he got ahead of steam and kind of ran as hard as he could up the gut there, but we'll see what they got going on here in 2nd down.
DePay out of the shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to get to the outside and into the end zone for a touchdown. The Indians answer right back now. They regain the big advantage. They are up 24-7, 38.2 seconds left in the second quarter before we go to halftime. But, boy, that was big for the Indians. They ate a lot of clock there. Very, like you said, lackadaisical on the drive, and they're not going to leave Fulton a whole lot of time to try to do something prior to halftime. I'm not sure. DePay now into the flat. He's got his man. Just like that. That play action works as he has Dooley in the flat. The 2-point conversion is good, and Osage extends their lead. It's 26-7 for tonight's Lake TV high school football game of the week. That one fielded by Keyshawn Maxwell. He's got good room to the outside, and he's dragged down at about the 31-yard line with 30 seconds remaining.
So, see, our etymologist guy doesn't even know. Here we go. Cannon arm? No.
I like that. I like that shot, though, right there. So 2nd down and 10, and I think we have our answer Dave, after the incomplete pass. Over the middle now, looking at, it's going to come back in. Nice play coming back to the football. Luke Funderbunk, the sophomore, I believe that was, out in the flat. Yeah, nice play. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 now with 19 seconds to go.
Osmosis is a heck of a thing.
Oh, look at the spin move by Logan. It didn't turn out to be a ton, and it looks like the first half winds down as we're inside 10 seconds, and Fulton faces a 4th and 7. At the break, the Osage Indians out in front over the Fulton Hornets. It is 26-7. We'll be back in a moment after this.
I'm Chris Schneider. You're watching a Lake TV Classic Game of the Week from late August 2018, the season opener between Osage and Fulton. Now let's get back to the action.
Of history, Lake TV will be your home to the Facebook stream for all the action this weekend, 9 to 5 both days. But first, high school football. Sutherland fields it out the 21-yard line, goes across the field, finds a hole, and there he goes across the 40, up to the 45, taken out at the 47, but the back judge does throw in a marker. Loved working with the crew here. And then also the tech department, Eric Martin, he's been a joy to work with as
like
well.
Dooley on the carry for about a couple.
And if you're Osage, you have no issue picking up 2 to 4 yards of carry, letting that clock wind. I mean, you're up right now 19 points, which is 3 scores.
Absolutely no reason to take any chances here in the second half.
Outside now, Matt Hans the carry. Lead blocked by Drew Edwards, and oh my goodness. That is a bone-rattling hit by guess who? It is our man, Latrellis Colbert, forces the fumble, recovered by Byron Maxwell and Fulton. We talked about getting a takeaway to start the second half, and they did just that. Matt Hans was just upended by Latrellis Colbert, and my goodness, a one-man wrecking crew. Wow.
He's back at it, and boy, after that tackle, he had to flex if you didn't notice.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the veins in his arm from up here. He is an absolute specimen as well. Wow. Got to make sure, and you see getting checked out on the sideline for the going through the concussion protocol. That's Matt Hans. We'll keep you updated on that as that transpires. A little swing pass, intercepted! At midfield, he's gonna go to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the house. Touchdown! Dalton DePay from 55 yards read the quarterback's eyes, and oh baby, it's all Osage Indians, and Dalton DePay continues to show us why he was a player to keep an eye on coming into this game. Wow. I keep calling Evan Gray Trevor Gray. It's Evan Gray, but I mean, that was a throw that he looked at the receiver the whole way, and then he threw a very soft pass into the flat. You know you're going to have a cornerback or a linebacker sitting there depending on what zone scheme Osage is in. You can't throw that pass. And if you do, you have to throw it hard. You can't loft it out there, because that, my friend, will be the easiest interception of Dalton DePay's career, and he had nothing but green pasture in front of him. Here's the give. Nice cut. That time, is that Edwards, or is that, this time it's Keenan Webb, the sophomore sensation. So season right here at school, the Osage, where the Indians are putting one on the Fulton Hornets. That's a leak up to about the 34-yard line, and Fulton, they're going to take over. And I wouldn't be surprised if Evan Gray doesn't get spelled here. You know, I know it's a tough position, but it just hasn't been a good start to his season. And I think we're going to see someone different now in there at quarterback.
Yeah, so far I'm not seeing number 12 out there.
Yeah, now it's our guy, number 7. Ross was talking about him in the pregame.
Woodrow Foster.
We're going to see what he brings to the table, and Ross was very hot on him in the pregame, so we'll see what Woodrow can do.
Well, he can hand the ball off, that's for sure.
Anybody could hand the ball off to this guy. It's Logan. There is a flag down. He's all the way down to the 11-yard line, but I think this one's coming back. And, yeah, it doesn't matter who's at quarterback. You hand the ball to Tayon Logan, he's going to do some things for you, but this one could be coming back. And no reason for a hold at that point in time. I mean, he was already 30 yards downfield. No reason. That's just a lazy play. And as a coach, I'm looking over at our program director, Ross Reinhardt. He's shaking his head. And the reason is, as a football coach, those kind of plays will drive you crazy because they're just unnecessary. And you see what it does to your team. Logan with the ball all the way into Osage territory. As a matter of fact, made it into the Case IH red zone, and it's going to come back due to a hold. Can't afford to have that happen. Woodrow Foster now tucks and keeps it. He's quick on his feet outside. Still on his feet. Look at that run by the young man. 15 yards downfield up to the 34-yard line. Boy, I'll tell you what. Dipsy Daisy, first guy missed, stayed on his feet, and that's a nice little run for the young man.
Yeah, Woodrow's got real low center of gravity, it appears, for me. And he's just like a little bowling ball out there. Boom, 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 going through the defense.
And shifty, I mean, because Osage had the play spelled in the backfield. But Woodrow Foster in his first play from scrimmage that counts was a heck of a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So down to the 31, so that's going to give him 16 yards on the play. And Woodrow Foster really looks good on that one. We'll see if he can't keep this momentum going for the Fulton Hornets. They find themselves down 34-7. Quick hitter to Logan, and he's going to be bottled up by about 6 of the 11 Indian defenders on the field. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 now.
Great team tackle by Osage.
Yeah, but this is the first series with Woodrow Foster. We'll see what he has. Little play action, tries to get outside. He's in trouble. But Look at him go. I mean, that definitely looked like it had to be a sack. And this kid that Ross Reinhardt, turned us on to before the pregame, we had an idea that number 7 may make an appearance. But I'll tell you what, that was a whole new level of speed because he was dead in his tracks. Turned on the burners and beat a handful of Indians to the edge. And because of that, he has a 5-yard gain, going to bring up a manageable 3rd and 6 with the ball spotted at the Osage 32-yard line. Sponsoring live high school football, but also for all they do for the community. And with that being said, it's Mason Etter. He falls on the errant snap, and the Indians, with their 3rd takeaway of the game, give it right back to Dalton DePay on the offense. And they've got it 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Looks like much of the same from the first half here early on in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they met working for Darren at Big
Hands
Sur
off to
Water Park.
Looks like Dooley.
All right, now DePay, the quick hitter. That's Webb once again. He stumbles forward. He's at midfield, and he's close to a 1st down. So 3rd down and a short one here for the Indians. Ball at midfield, 8:20 left in the 3rd quarter. Looks like Edwards going to call his own number. Oh, no, it's DePay once again. He's got a 1st down, and that's going to be a fresh set of downs for the Indians. DePay now. The quick give. Keenan Webb tries to get outside, and he'll be stopped after a gain of about 3 as he works his way inside the 40-yard line of Fulton.
Tackled by Jacoby Smith from the Fulton Hornets. It's looking like Osage is just kind of sticking with this one whiteout set all game.
Yeah, up like this. As Huey takes the give it. Ooh, big hit.
Who is that?
Time. It's number
63. Steven Johnson, where did he come from?
He's a freshman too, and boy, he laid the wood on that one. 3rd and 4 now. We're going to hit an offside, a free set of downs for the Indians, and that's exactly what the Hornets needed. Head of production, Andrew Evans, Chase Elliott, Brennan Thompson, executive producer Dave Glendenning. She goes, I would actually just move into this station. Oh, that was a busted play. DePay going to try to make something out of nothing.
Good
Very
call.
wisely just throws it downfield, and he's out of the box, tackle box, so he should be fine, right?
Absolutely, sure.
Ian Riley. DePay so far, 110 yards and a touchdown, and he's going to add to it right here, still on his feet. inside the 10. He keeps going all the way down to the 8. That's another 11 yards. Dalton DePay, 121 yards rushing along with a touchdown. All right, up the middle as Dooley.
Whoa. Looks like they went into a quote-unquote jumbo package, and yeah, the 6'1" Drew Edwards just jumped over the top for the touchdown for the Indians.
Love seeing Drew Edwards.
Too easy. Honestly, every game we saw last year, I've never seen a team score this easily.
Indian Crimson, and I know you got to love what you're seeing tonight. Keep up the great work out there in California, brother. And again, thank you for your service. And just like that, Edwards receives the conversion pass from Dalton DePay. The 2-point conversion is good. And the Indians extend their already giant lead. They're now up 42-7. 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter of play. And I spot one Tyler Eversman from Lake TV here, shooting some B-roll. That one fielded by Maxwell at about the 22, tries to get outside. He has the edge across the 35, pushed down to the 37, and that's where Fulton starts their next offensive series.
Too soon, too soon.
Oh my goodness, you didn't.
Woodrow with the handoff. Logan takes it up the field for about 4 yards.
After the 4-yard carry, brings up 2nd down and 6.
Pick up a 4, brings up a 2nd down and
here,
6.
and Fulton not really showing a ton of urgency. I know they're trying to get the play in, but
I think at this point they're just trying to get their team to run efficiently and properly.
I mean, we're only 2.5 quarters into the game.
Ooh, there he goes.
And that's an errant throw. Going to bring up 3rd down and 6. So with 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter, they've got the mercy clock on. Of course, 30 points or more, so that's going to keep running. Quick hitter to Logan. He's got a hole, some good blocking. Stutter steps across midfield. And he's taken down at about the 42-yard line, so he's got 18 yards and a Fulton 1st down.
And DePay had to take him down.
35-0. Big shout out to the Camdenton Lakers. My man Ryan Mawson starting at linebacker. I bet he's having a whale of a game, and nice run right there. Foster out of the gun, takes the snap, gives it to Logan, and he's going to be taken down. Big number 77 for the Indians with the stop. After
James Hutchcraft on the stop.
So there's big James Hutchcraft. We can't find him on the roster. That's because he's not on there. 77 is James Hutchcraft. So no gain, brings up 2nd down and 10 now. And with under a minute to play here in the third quarter, and the Osage Indians in control of this one. Well, the beautiful thing is about penalty markers at this point in the game, clock keeps running.
That is a beautiful thing.
Nice throw.
Nice little gun he's got.
Across his body, and he hits his man. That's Leak at about the 9-yard line, so that's good for 19 yards.
And it's going to be the fourth quarter before they can do anything
Foster.
else.
Yeah, that's a nice play. Extended the play, threw across his body into a area, and Fulton, they're threatening, but they trail your Osage Indians 42-7. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
I'm Chris Schneider. You're watching a Lake TV Classic Game of the Week from late August 2018, the season opener between Osage and Fulton. Now let's get back to the action.
So as we start this fourth quarter of play, it'll go fast with the running clock unless Fulton scores and trims it to below 30. But I'll tell you what, Osage has been firing on all cylinders tonight, and we haven't really had to, or they haven't had to pass the ball much, but running the football, I mean, you've got a slew of guys. Dalton DePay's run efficiently. Obviously, Dooley has run the ball very, very well. Matt Hans has had a great night before he was shaken up earlier, and even Keenan Webb, the sophomore, he's had himself a ball game. So a lot of options on the ground, it looks like, this year for Coach Devin Johnson. And we've learned over the years with Devin Johnson, he loves to have a slew of ball carriers in his arsenal, and that looks to prove true for 2018 so far as well.
And that tackle was made by James Hutchcraft.
So 2nd down and 6 now.
Woodrow going right.
Foster lowers his head. He'll be taken down by Hutchcraft as well as Trevor Ralston. And on a stop, Edwards and Keenan Webb also in on the stop. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 4, or 3rd down and goal from the 4.
Looks like they got a jumbo package. I like saying that, Will, if you didn't notice.
Yeah, they got their big guys in there on 3rd and goal, and it's Logan. He rumbles into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the night, and that's going to cut the lead to 29 now for the Indians. So 42-13, and Fulton's got to like that drive. That was a nice drive for them.
And for the point after for Fulton.
And the extra point is
good.
up and good.
And Justin Leak back to kick it off for the Hornets.
And that will roll into the end zone for a touchback. During the post-game show, it's going to be short and it's going to be sweet tonight on the post-game show. So little room outside now across the 30 up to the 34-yard line. This is Braden Lust, the junior. He's got good coverage, or is that Jackson Creasy, actually, the senior with the ball carry?
Boy, they're just draining the clock down.
Yeah. Oh, that's why. Can't afford to have that happen. Looks like Edwards was able to corral the football on the errant snapper. It could have been a missed exchange between the center and quarterback. Now Edwards fortunate to fall on it, so Osage maintains possession, brings up 2nd down and 11 after the loss of 1.
Whoa! And a flag.
Now that's recovered by Fryer, Will Privier Fryer. On the carry, it was Mason Clark. Had a good carry, the ball went flying. There is a penalty. False start against Osage. Penalty is declined. So Fryer with the fumble recovery, and Fulton gets it back. Down 28 with 8:44 to go. Fulton takes back over after the fumble recovery by Fryer. Foster now takes the snap, rolls out of the pocket. He's going to keep the ball, tucks it. He's outside the 45, and then taken down out of bounds. Hard hit by Logan Habner for the Indians, but Foster all the way up to the 47-yard line. That's good for a 14-yard run and another Fulton first down.
That was a tough run by Woodrow.
Yeah, he's looked good, hasn't he?
Tough player.
Who are you thinking of? I think he might come on strong in Oakland, man. I don't think his career's done.
I don't think so either.
You remember when last year, when the season, or when he made his first start after his 4-game suspension for Tampa Bay, that Monday night game, he had like 130 yards on 15 carries and a score. So 3rd and 4 now, 8 minutes to go here in the game. Foster takes the snap, looks to his right, throws, quick hitter. He's got his man. That's number 80 up to about the 31-yard line. And on the reception there, that's John Holtkamp, the senior wideout. And that's good for a first down.
Yeah, Foster here has proven us that he can actually make some completions down the field.
Ooh, very nearly picked off. Logan Habner got a mitt on it, but
he was eyeballing the end zone, boy.
Good throw outside. Nice play. Good design. Now there's a flag down. What a yards after the catch attempt by Zaylin McNeil. There is a flag, and I wonder who this one's going to be against. an eligible man downfield against the offense.
It's about the
How
third
could there
time.
have been anyone downfield illegally when the pass was thrown so quick? Okay, I was going to say you can't have an illegal man downfield before the receivers even got an opportunity to get downfield. There's no way those linemen are downfield, you know? So good no call or good waving of the flag. So Fulton here knocking on the doorstep. They've got an opportunity to make this a 3-score game with 7 minutes to go. And I know it's a different Osage team, but Woodrow Foster's definitely provided a boost. Here's the give to guess who on offense this time.
Colbert. Wow.
Gray now in there to hold the extra point attempt, the snap, the hold, and the kick is good. Well, that's an impressive kicker for them, Justin Lee. He's solid. So 7:15 left. It's Osage out in front, 42-21. Live from Dave Glendenning's kitchen. That'll be fun.
You cannot miss that program, folks.
So the kickoff fielded at about the 27-yard line. That's Garrett Sutherland, who fielded that. So 7:15 left. Osage out in front by 3 scores and well on their way. Just starting the season 1-0.
Looks like we might have a new quarterback, Malachi Tower. I probably totally butchered that name.
No, Malachi Towers in there.
Malachi Tower.
Hands to the up man who has a couple of yards. Dave, keep an eye on these numbers if you would. I don't know. I think there's a whole new team in there for Osage. We'll travel to play our California Pintos as our game of the week. So on the carry this time, it's Mason Clark once again. He's got about 5 yards up to the 33-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
I think Osage had at least 10 guys tote the rock tonight.
Quick hitter up the middle. That's going to be stopped shy of the 1st down. Going to bring up 4th and 1. So this is an interesting situation because you are up 3 scores, backed up inside your own end at the 36. But I'm not 100% convinced that Osage is going to punt the football.
No, they're going to go for it. It's pretty much what they did last year, too, in this situation.
Ball carrier Sam Keim now out there for the Indians, and he's a promising sophomore we want to keep an eye on. Oh, and offsides could give Osage a free 1st down, and I believe it will. That just is a very undisciplined team. 4th and 1, you know it's coming. You should probably be worried more about that than what defensive play's been called because you know the hard count's coming in any 3rd or 4th and short. Now Osage is going to have an opportunity to eat at least another minute and a half off the clock here. Keim once again, the ball carrier, stopped dead at the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10 now. You feel like you're part of something on Friday nights, getting to be part of the team and part of the family because, you know, the camaraderie with the Osage Indian program under Devin Johnson is completely different than it's been for a very, very long time. So we tip our cap to Coach Johnson, who's, you know, had quite a tenure here at Osage already. You know, 26-19 through 4 years, district championship, conference championship 2014. He's got them to the district championship on 3 different occasions. And I mean, that's more than you would expect and certainly everything you could ask for out of a head coach. And I don't think that he's done here anytime soon. And I'll tell you what, he also calls basketball on the radio on the women's side as well. So he's really a jack of all trades. 3 kids, married with a beautiful wife. And he said coming into this, the only thing that he enjoys more than being with these guys is spending time with his beautiful wife and kids. From the van, Andrew Evans, our top camera, Brennan Thompson, our lead production assistant, program director is Ross Reinhardt. On stats, we've got Adrian and Zach, and extra hands in the truck, Big Bill helping us out in there. And then on pre-production, we also had Bob Spicer, Nathan McKinney to pay back to punt, because that man does it all. And bounces out of bounds up to 33, so we'll give him a net of 29 yards on the punt. Back out there at quarterback, Woodrow Foster takes the snap, steps up in the pocket. He's under pressure, cuts back across and taken down by number 41, Sam Kime, with a solid tackle on number 7, Foster.
2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. New quarterback, Tyler Saylor, the junior.
Saylor's pass is incomplete.
Logan on the carry.
Logan, the ball carrier.
Tackled by Jesse Wormuth. Again, Fulton back in shotgun. And a few hankies.
Billy Marker on the play.
Apparently that was a substitution penalty on Osage. 1st and 5. Nice ball. Woo! Pass complete to Zaylen McNeil. Wow, that was one of the better thrown balls we've seen all night. So Tyler Saylor up again. It's going to try to get the Fulton Hornets in the end zone here before the end of the game.
17-yard line.
And again, there goes Tayon Logan.
Tayon Logan, the ball carrier.
Looking for his 3rd touchdown of the evening. Yeah, they caught Osage running one of their players off the field again. Looks like Fulton's using massive substitutions, and they're bringing back their big bruiser, Latrellis Colbert. And they give to Tayon Logan for his 3rd touchdown of the evening. One of the lone bright spots for the Fulton Hornets this evening. Fulton back to try the extra point. Hasn't missed one yet all night. Well, looks like offsides on Osage. So they get to be about 3 yards closer for an extra point. And let's give it a try again. Ooh. Extra point try failed. Snuffed out by the Osage Indians. 46 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
46 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Osage Indians lead 42. The Fulton Hornets 27. And again, it appears that Coach Johnson is playing a lot of his underclassmen now. And Justin Leak with the onside kick, covered by Garrett Sutherland. It looks like they're in the victory formation, so we might be doing a kneel down here. Here we go. Looks like 2 more of those, 1 more of those, and we might do it. Once again, in the victory formation. Malachi Tower taking a knee. And that should wrap it up for tonight's Osage Indian Fulton Hornets game. Final score, Osage Indians 42, the Fulton Hornets 27.
Nice season opening win for Osage. The Indians won 2 of their first 3 games that year, and then they'd lose their next 7. They would drop a close one to Buffalo in the first round of the playoffs. They finished that season with a disappointing 2-8 record, but one of those 2 wins came in this season opening triumph over Fulton. I'm Chris Schneider. Thank you for joining us for this Lake TV Classic Game of the Week. Be sure to join us again next time.